Winners don't use drugs.
And crime does not pay.
Darius. Let me do the opening line, damn it. Hello, everybody.
Oh, you're gonna do it? Okay.
Happy Saturday. What's going on, everybody? Darius, Tommy, Nate, DBS. Thank you guys.
Hey, hi, how you doing? All right.
I'm sorry, Slasher. Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective isn't here right now.
Wait, is this the nerd from the movie we just watched?
Why does Tommy sound like he's going to pop up that ball?
I couldn't tell. I thought it was that Jared Leto looking crackhead nerd. I always like how these movies have like stupid nerds. Fortress from 1992, starring Christopher Lambert. The lovely voice of Christopher Lambert.
Smart people are the stupidest people.
God, I can't believe I got arrested. But
my fucking wife got us caught.
yeah, this was one of those movies that, like, way after it was out, and you come home from the bar, pissed drunk, and you're flipping through the cable channels, and you stumble across something that just catches your eye. This was one of those movies for me.
Late night
I
sci-fi.
remember just seeing the prison for it. When I saw the way they had the prison for it, I was like, oh, this is a cool movie. This is one I like to go back to every once in a while, but I know probably not everyone here felt the same way.
It's pretty grim dark. I'll say that about it.
So I want to have a quick discussion about something we were talking about in the green room about actors. So I was talking about, I thought that guy Lincoln was the same one that was in that episode of Star Trek.
Uh-huh.
So it wasn't him. It was a guy. They've got similar facial structures. So it was a guy called Bill Cobbs. And guess what? Ding, ding, ding. Bill Cobbs was in Demolition Man, not this guy Lincoln.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, cool. And you keep calling him Lincoln. His name is Abraham, but I knew who you meant.
His name is Lincoln Kilpatrick.
Oh, his real name.
Yeah.
Oh, his
Okay.
no. So his character Abraham. His name is Lincoln.
I need to clip that ding, ding, ding and loop that.
Right. So wait, they cast a guy named Lincoln as a character named Abraham.
What's up, RR?
Yep.
How you doing?
Hey, R.
Yeah, not Bill Cobbs B.
No,
Bill Cobbs.
no, Cobb. Yeah. Masculine dreams of tits.
Oh, let's not dredge up some
No.
voices that we don't need around here.
Yeah, you dumbass.
What are you talking about, Slasher? That is my natural voice. Like I used.
That's a much better voice that I'd like to hear. Right.
I don't know. I think you sound like a Spanish peacock.
I can't believe they let all kill me and take up my powers in Island Game.
No, this movie they arrest his pregnant wife and him at the border, but you don't see his wife getting arrested. She just runs. But then you find out she's arrested. First of all, Christopher Lambert. All right, yeah, first Highlander movie, awesome, fine, that's fine. I don't know, man. When this dude reads his lines, I just can't take him seriously.
He's such a creep.
He's a creep.
Well,
He does sound pretty creepy.
I didn't know what this was going to be about at all. I thought it was setting him up to be like a killer, like a horror movie, but because he was so creepy, his line delivery in the first scene is so creepy. I thought he was for sure not going to be the hero.
I have to get you across the border.
Hero Taco Bell.
I don't know what the budget for this was, or I'll have to look it up
But
further into the conversation again.
he was a prison rapist. He said so.
The effects are almost all practical, as far as I can tell.
Some of them are pretty damn good.
I like the effects a lot. I really do like.
Yeah, the Intestinator.
Oh God.
So your budget was anywhere from 12 to 15 million.
That's decent.
I
really
always
hope-
love when they have that window of what the budget was.
Well, I mean, the problem is they got multiple sites saying 12, then they've got a few saying 15. There's one that even goes down as low as 8.
Tommy,
I'm believing in between 12 to 15 is probably more accurate.
Tommy, there's no problem because Christopher Lambert is starring in the movie.
Christopher
Gonna make a big box.
Christopher
Oh no.
You know how many VHSs this is going to be rented? Wow.
Yeah. Now, Tommy, we watched a
Going
movie.
all out to the rental stores.
They claimed that they spent $0 on it. Remember that one?
Yeah. Well, here's the funny thing. As cheesy as this movie is, it turned a profit. It wound up with 40 million international.
Oh,
Okay, it says this was an actual theater release and not straight to VHS.
Right.
Wow. It must have been like released in like fucking 30 to 40 theaters nationwide.
well, they were all in the Bronx.
Oh,
So
no, I don't even think we had that many ever in the Bronx. So it's the future. It's 2017. It's already outdated. So all right. So they're arrested and they're put all right because his wife is pregnant. You can't have
Skid Row. That's the world building we get. Skid Row.
you can't have pregnant people in the future.
That is that. You know what? That is part of the plot, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's why they're busted at the border.
The whole
I thought
plot. They're smuggling a baby.
This just now dawned on you, Darius.
I thought it was because of their military history.
Well, also,
No.
They were
it was
Confederate.
also- she was pregnant.
Well, yeah, because they did say that population control is important, and that the only way is to not have the babies. It's basically abstinence because the other way, the coat hanger way, is illegal.
The outfit she had on was an
Infanticide
escape. The outfit she had on was the escapee outfit from the abortion clinic.
Oh my god. That's where she got all her medals. Yeah, so
Yes.
no, she was ready to pop out a baby, and an unsanctioned or unregulated, maybe it's like China is,
Unsanctioned.
yeah, they're only allowed to have one in China.
Unsanctioned birthing.
Mm-hmm.
She took some unapproved sperm. That's what happened.
Oh, well,
What are you talking about? Christopher Lambert has the best sperm.
let's not get ahead of the plot, Tommy. Okay.
Yeah, she was not ready to squeeze one out because, spoiler, she's in the prison too. Even though we don't see her get arrested, she's
Right.
still in the prison.
Yeah. The cookies are still in the oven baking.
Yeah, we see that months pass by. And
Right.
they turn him into a fucking mongoloid, and they turn him into a drooling fucking moron.
Yeah. Well, they were trying to get across the border to Mexico, where it's illegal to have less than 3 kids.
They got such a long way to go.
It's a very Catholic country.
And what's his nationality? I mean, Lambert, what's his nationality?
His real nationality? He was born here in America. This motherfucker was born on Long Island.
No way.
He must have been an army brat.
I thought he was French.
I'm saying he must have been an army brat or something.
I guess.
Let's
Oh,
see.
he has an odd accent. It's true.
Not that it matters what race he is. I don't know why I brought that up.
Yeah, well, he was born on Long Island,
I thought it was your question was about his accent.
Great Neck, Long Island.
Breakneck?
I'll tell
Great
you why.
Neck.
Great, as in that's pretty great. No,
His neck is great.
You know why he talks like that? So when he was born in New York, he was sitting there with the other New York kids, and he says, "They say, well, how's it going, Lambert?" And he says, "No, my name is Lambert," and they throat punched him every day until he agreed his name was Lambert.
I thought he just got intestinated.
I am as American as apple pie.
Oh shit! His mom was a diplomat for the UN.
Oh, there you go. I'm as American as Sean Connery.
And when he was 2, his parents moved to Switzerland.
Oh yeah.
And then he was raised in Geneva. All right, so the family moved to France and settled in Paris. So yeah, I guess the last place he moved is where he got this voice. Okay.
Switzerland, I'm calling bullshit because I have never seen that man with one Toblerone. Not ever.
What racial slur do I call him then?
A frog.
See, the Swiss have to. There's got to be some nasty German slur for the Swiss.
I'm saying the last place he moved was France, so you know, call
So
French people frogs.
That would make him a faggot.
No, or the Schlitz, you know, like die Schweiz. He's a Schlitz.
A bunch of slack jaw faggots running around over there.
Why is he a Chicagoland beer?
Why is what?
A Schlitz? Schlitz beer?
Oh, well, the Schlitz, you know, like diarrhea.
I thought that was just the shits.
No, Schlitz is like a Chicagoland beer.
Oh, we get one great female actor in the movie. Unfortunately, she's not the lead, but is an inmate that we meet.
Oh, yeah, she looked like she was legit crying. The black woman.
Yeah.
So, all right, he doesn't. All right, first of all, the warden of this high tech prison they're in is Kurtwood Smith, Clarence Boddicker, Red Foreman, and he's spying on people's dreams, and he's looking for titties. He's looking for some action.
Everything in this prison is invasive as hell. Like nothing is sacred.
He's looking for some action because,
and if they don't like it, I'll put my foot up their ass.
He wants to see all the titties and all fucking people's dreams. We see this.
Dumbasses.
Yeah, because they got like the evil eye that goes through the place, and it's yeah. All right, the intestinator. Let's talk about the intestinator. When they're put in the prison.
I don't have nightmares about that.
You're not allowed to have nightmares.
Oh yeah, he'll be watching.
Yeah, you just gotta have sex dreams.
You know, I don't. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think that the way that they gave them the intestinator was frightening enough. Now, if they would have given the intestinator
the other way around
through their keyhole, then that would have been fucking interesting.
The urethra.
What about the other way around? They had
I thought you were gonna say a suppository.
Yeah, they had to stick their ass in that metal door.
Oh no. The urethrator, Tommy. That sounds pretty good.
Your urethrator?
It's the only way they can make it work.
That'll keep people in line.
Oh yeah.
It might stop the prison. It might keep the prison rapes down.
A catheter at the hospital. Yeah.
Well, they have union regulated prison rapes. Remember?
Yeah, only on construction
Rape
time.
rate.
I'm just saying. You know, stomach pain is bad, but when you get freaking like nut pains.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what? What kind of pains?
If you get nut pains, that's worse than stomach pains.
Mm-hmm.
You mean blue balls?
Just
No,
sure.
I have a herniated disc. I legit get fucking pain in my balls. My herniated disc has affected everything from my waist down, and I get pains in my balls.
And like if you ever had a soccer ball kicked into your balls, and it feels like two fists are coming up into your stomach, and you double over in pain.
The
Imagine that.
stupidest thing I've ever done was like both times it was taking pants off and putting them on. Both times I've managed to kick myself in the balls doing both.
Uh, not like in There's Something About Mary where he zips it up.
Nah, like my heel right up in my
I've
balls.
done that before. That's awful.
How'd you get the beans about the Frank?
Ugh.
We
Ouch.
lost DBS for a bit. Maybe he'll be back.
Were you jumping up and down to get your pants on?
Nah, this was sitting. Legit, it was legit sitting.
Like I can squeeze into these 22s.
I don't wear no fucking. Nate, that's more your era, right? You're more in the skinny jeans era, aren't you?
I can't fit
No,
it.
I'm gonna be 42 in a week.
I know, but you always talk about what a nerd you are. Nerds are supposed to not wear baggy clothes.
That's not skinny jeans, and I'm a nerd jock hybrid, so my fashion is not specific to either.
I'm the skinniest one here. I can't fit in a 22.
No, I might be skinnier than you these days, Arya.
No, I apologize for the 22. I meant to say a small number, and that's the one that came out, and it was wrong. I should have said like a 30 or something like that. I apologize.
No, I don't wear. I need room down below. I'm not trying to sound like, oh, I'm Mr.
I need a lot of room.
Yeah, I'm not comparing myself to Ron Jeremy or anything, but my balls need breathing room. You know what I'm saying?
Wait. Why would you compare yourself to Ron Jeremy?
I'm talking about like what I'm swinging down below.
Peter North. No, he's just got huge balls. He needs a lot of space.
No, not even. It's not like a huge. Yeah, my balls are fucking tremendous. But no, I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying like, I don't understand how men could wear those pants that look like they give them yeast infections. Like that's
those slim pants.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
It looks like someone like stretched plastic wrap over a kielbasa.
Like I want to feel the metal of the zipper right up against my dick.
Oh no.
Oh.
You can tell if he's circumcised or not through the jeans. Nah. Leave that to David Bowie.
I'm just
All
saying, I like some air down below.
Yeah.
As much as
I like some space.
Bowie.
I wonder if DBS is going to come back. But
he's waiting for us to stop talking about nut pain.
So you watched this? So you watched this yesterday, Nate? You said.
So here's the thing. I watched it yesterday. And then I passed out during it. And I remember waking up being like, man, this is great. I want to know why I thought it was so great. So I watched it again today. And then I watched it again with you guys.
Oh shit! So you're on your third viewing of this?
Pretty much, but I really love this movie. Like I love it on the same level that I love They Live and Warriors. Like it's just amazing to me. Like it's a gem that I wish I would have heard about sooner.
I'm sure if you would have had a Cinemax or Showtime in 1992 or 1993, they would have been playing the hell out of this.
Pretty grim though, Nate. Very grim.
Well, it's real.
All right, real how? Because of the government control. You do this, and you're thrown in prison for 30 years.
Well, you mean government contracting, private control? There's a
government, corporate prisons, regulations on birth counts, things of that nature.
Oh God, let's not get into Big Mike comments.
I'm not kidding. The Big Mike. It has nothing to do with Big Mike.
Third
Yeah,
viewing.
your third viewing. Nate's hooked. R said. Okay, wait. I also saw that there is a part 2 of this.
Oh,
Really?
no.
It's called Fortress 2 Re-Entry. Now I don't want to hear about any prison movie where the subtitle of it
re-entry.
is Re-Entry.
I concur.
I mean, this is also good. At least we didn't get to see any rapes. Like there was an attempted rape.
Oh,
There was
yeah.
an attempted rape, but that was it. It was just attempted. It wasn't like fucking American Me. You're seeing full
Mere
on
rape.
gang rapes.
Yeah, or season 5 of Sons of Anarchy.
Or fucking American History X. You know, we're safe from that.
Or Oz.
We just get exploding bellies. That's like
Or,
the most
or the
hardcore
Shield.
bit.
Come on, man. You never had your
Oz
shit.
had a lot of rape. Oz was rape central, man.
Mhm.
Of course it was.
It even had it in the theme song. The first sound you hear in the theme song of Oz is a rape sound.
Ugh.
It's true. I
So
loved
yeah,
Oz.
let's get a little more into the movie. So what's going on from here? From him in prison, his first day in prison.
Well, the guy tries to rape the guy that he got brought in with, and then they got crammed in a cell and threatened with having the intestinator blow him up.
No. The first thing you have is the one guy gets blown up on the red line.
The nervous guy.
Yeah. Don't cross the red line. There's
That was
this
before they went into the cell?
Yeah, it was when they were loading all the new prisoners in.
Oh,
Yeah, that dude didn't even make it to his cell. He started going on that he was claustrophobic, and he started throwing a fit on the floor.
it's a real thing. It's a real thing. Claustrophobia.
So,
It's like, dude, fine.
what are your guys' impressions of this movie? Like Darius, like watching this shit.
It was very grim. And it
Do
was
you
very.
think it was worthy of a theater release? Like Tommy said it was.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say so. A theater? Yeah. No, I mean, we've seen a lot of movies here. I mean, it has a fairly Hollywood enough plot where with the rise and fall. Now it's very grim. But yeah, no, it has a hero. It has clear stakes and a clear setting, villain, and someone to protect. And it's a prison escape film, which are always awesome. It's up there with
Yeah,
like
I
films.
agree.
They're kind
Prison
of
escape movies are always pretty good.
yeah. So
But this wasn't released in the U.S. until 1993. So
okay, I mean, but still, like that's maybe the tail
no, I
end
was
of this
just looking at it. I was just looking at it.
period of sort of the grim dark sci-fi with the heavy metal and the uber crime and stuff like that. We watched the Class of '99, which is actually pretty good too, and also has cyborgs. But yeah, no, I could see this having a theater release. Sure, it's got Lambert.
Yes, our Lambert was in the sequel. I looked it up. I don't know if I bet you the sequel was trash. Just like when we were talking about the sequel to fucking Class of 1999. I bet it's fucking horrible.
What was it called? The Class of 2000?
No, it was Class of 99 Part 2, and then it had some subtitle to it. I can't remember what it was.
So
I
like
don't.
the next semester.
Oh, probably.
Something like that.
The Substitute or something. I think they, which is pretty stupid because you just had the. All right, not too far from that, you had The Substitute with Tom Berenger.
Hmm.
Anyway, we're not talking about Tom Berenger. We're talking about Christopher Lambert. Yeah, I'm gonna keep calling him Lambert. He was born in Long Island.
The only thing that could
Lambert.
make the movie more brutal is if while he's in prison,
Lambert.
his cell is haunted by a poltergeist.
God.
Did you say Poultrygeist?
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
It's a movie.
Yeah, the movie that Tommy hates but loves because he loves to hate it.
It's legit a movie. Yeah, it's probably on Tubi.
I think that's where it probably was. But yeah. Anyway, so they bring him in and they give him it's just so that immediately they violate his body sanctum by shoving a little explosive device into his guts, the intestinator, and then they don't even have to blow it up. They can just like zap him.
They give him severe stomach pains. Make him drop on the floor in pain. They could do it to anybody, not just to because they're doing this to everybody when they come to prison.
I mean that stomach pain is some of the worst pain, or it can be. So and the guy falls on the red line right after the AI Zed tells them do not cross the red line, and he gets intestinated. His stomach swells up, and then boom, pops like a grape in the microwave.
Why are you microwaving grapes?
Because you can make plasma.
You can make plasma?
Yeah, the grape is about the diameter of a wavelength of a microwave, and because it's mostly water, it gets trapped and refracts in on itself, and it superheats, and then it lights up, it sparks, and you get plasma in your microwave, and then your grape pops and explodes. So that's kind of what happened to him. Yeah, you can try it. Try yourself. But
Jeez, Mr. Wizard.
No, it's just cool. But and you get to explode a grape. But that's what happens to this guy's belly. And so we immediately know that they could blow you up from
when he was also throwing a hissy fit in the truck.
Mm-hmm.
Little Puerto Rican dude was telling him to shut his mouth the whole time.
Yep, Alvarez from Westworld. That's how I'm gonna know him now. But he was a kid, Nino.
I think he was also in Pacific Rim.
Oh, maybe.
I did not like that movie.
But he always plays characters with Spanish names. So he's already been violated. They're all violated. In fact, it gets even worse because then when they are put on solitary, they're not even alone. They're trapped in this tube of lasers, and they can't fall asleep or fall out.
Well, they're putting those tube of lasers because they want to know who started the construction site rape fight.
Who's raping who over here? Don't tell me you get in the tubes, the laser tubes.
Zed is like, who took their dick out first?
And Nino's like, I'm not gonna rat. And he's
question.
Yeah, he's getting ready to pass out. He's like, no, I'm not gonna make it. Yes, you will.
Who initiated the rape? You will tell us.
Right. And so the AI is the interrogator here, and it's like, and it knows who to ask, right? It knows who to press. The kid, and it's like, oh, and right when he's about to talk, Lambert's like, it was me. I did it.
He designed Spartacus.
It was me. I tried to rape him.
I'm Rapicus. No, I'm Rapicus. I'm Rapicus.
And the whole time, the 187 guy was just mean mugging him, staring him down.
He's doing the throat slash gesture to the little Puerto Rican kid, looking straight at him. And Zed can't look. Zed can't look to the side. Yeah, Zed don't have peripheral vision either. Like for a high max prison, this ain't really. That's the only camera. Zed is the only camera. That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, but this, mobile cameras on the ceiling everywhere, and like 187 guy is he's the only one that looks meaner than White Power Bill. Who's like already 6.5 feet tall. 187 guy's like 7 feet tall, and it's like man out of ground Chuck.
Look,
He's just like,
I also noticed that 187 guy. He's like 187 dude. He also looks like the dude from Tango and Cash.
Ground
Giant, with
chuck
the giant jaw.
Mhm.
made out of ground chuck.
Yeah,
The dude from Maniac Cop and Tango and Cash. He looks
it's
like
got
that guy.
tattooed on his forehead. For anyone outside California, the movie says, "Do you know what that means? You know what 187 means?"
It's a murder, death, kill.
Yeah, murdered. Yeah.
I know it from rap.
Yeah, I know it from the
187
pop rock music.
Pop.
Yes, yeah, it's murder, death, kill. Put to as they call it in Demolition Man. Yeah, murder, death, kill. He's a murder, death, kill, rape.
So Tommy, you
He
want to
has
go
12
into
murder, death, kill.
Tommy, you want to go into what you think about this movie?
You want me to go there?
Yeah.
Okay. I wouldn't have watched this in a dollar theater if I knew it was out. This is pretty horrible in comparison to some of the other Lambert movies that I've seen. Yeah, was not a big fan of this one at all. I thought it was super cheesy. The entire damn thing. It feels like they're almost rushing through the movie. Really, if you're looking at this objectively,
Yeah,
they are just kind of.
it's not moving slow at all.
Yeah, they are just rushing right through it. I mean, there isn't much really character development. You're just throwing this guy in there and say, you got to believe everything he does without any kind of back context whatsoever.
Mhm.
And like the whole idea, okay, yeah, well, she got locked up too, and we don't find out I don't know. This whole thing just felt like it was rushed really bad. Yeah, it's probably a little bit more noticeable in hindsight looking at the budget for the film.
And you're right. There's not a whole lot of waiting. There's no waiting. Where in prison, there's nothing but waiting. It feels like endless waiting for anything.
Man. We find that he comes back to the prison cell after going through the mind warp machine,
Ugh.
and then by the time he comes to, when she's using Zed to give him back his mind. It's 4 months. Like Rocky movies don't move this fast.
Yeah. Before that, he was only in prison for 3 days before they put him on the mind warp, which is like an acid trip, crossed with the Ludovico technique, crossed with MK Ultra. And it turns him into a brain dead, like lobotomized.
Yeah, he's legit drooling all over himself.
Yeah, and then 4 months go by in the blink of an eye. So much happened in 3 days, and then suddenly, boop, 4 months. And we don't feel
following him. We're not following the other people, other than his wife.
But we should be following her, and she's living for 4 months while watching him drool on himself every day as she comes to term with her baby. Like, we don't experience any of that time with her.
Well, he also Kurtwood Smith also forces her to move in with him.
Oh my god! Yeah, he's such a lesbo.
Because Christopher Lambert's been on the mind warp machine for 3 days. He's been on the mind warp machine for 3 days, and Kurtwood Smith tells her that no one's made it past 4. So he's legit. Either way, he's gonna come out fucked up.
Mm-hmm. She's like, fine. He really gets her nuts in a vice, and she's like, okay, fine, I'll move in with you, and then somehow he has the authority as the warden or the director to simply I wonder if they call him the director instead of the warden because it's a corporate prison, to simply pick an inmate, a female inmate, to come live with him. Like,
all right,
Zed-
well, Zed, all right, him and Zed were feuding. You know, like Zed wasn't liking what he was doing. He's spying on the prisoner's dreams. Like once he sees a pair of tits, that's it. His jaw hits the floor. He's like,
well, he's never left.
We know why, but we don't want to get ahead of ourselves.
Hmm. Yeah, he's never left, and so you know. But then we also we didn't get to the tube yet.
By the way, I totally believed him as a fucking artificial human creeper in this movie.
Mhm.
Sorry, spoiler.
Okay, yeah, we see this tube that's like feeding him, and presumably
Yeah, he's like sitting in a
with
dentist chair with all these tubes hooked up to his chest and stomach and shit.
he looks like he's high as hell while it's happening too.
Yeah.
And
He's having an orgasm.
Bro, like he's getting the best blowjob of his life.
Well, because it's right after he's creeping on the dream titties, and
The dream titty.
I see the tubes, and I'm thinking it's like THX 1138, where he's like it's sucking his jizz out, to store it for later, because I mean that's part of the theme of this movie is that birth is controlled by like making it illegal to have a baby, but it's also illegal to terminate a baby in waiting. So it's like, well, what are you gonna do? I guess you gotta teach abstinence only, throw them in prison if they get knocked up. But then what that leaves is women in prison who are pregnant, and
then they could turn them into their little artificial minions, though.
Mm-hmm. Which is kind
I'm telling you, I think those soldiers at the end were like the fuck ups of them taking the babies.
It's possible. The reject cyborgs or the
they were the ones that were delivered with that little buzzsaw that they had at the end when they were gonna deliver her baby. They had like a fucking it's like like one of those electric toothbrushes, but except it had a buzzsaw.
Yeah. This one's another dud. Hook it into the mainframe. We'll just let Zed control it. They just become kind of like pawns with guns.
I also like how Zed fired and rehired him within a matter of like 2 minutes.
Right. Well, yeah, because Zed realizes that she doesn't have any hands or feet. She needs someone to, actually act. He does have a lifetime of experience because
he screamed at Zed too. He's like, they're gonna escape and you're gonna be held responsible. And that's when Zed opened the doors for him to come back in.
Self-preservation, like L9000. Yep. Yeah. Well, she doesn't say anything though. She doesn't admit it because she can't let him be right. It's like a human woman.
Oh, he went there.
He's like, yeah, and then you'll be held responsible. Shit, it's true. And then she just opens the door silently.
Yeah, she didn't even say anything. She wasn't even like, my bad. She wasn't even like that. She just opened the door.
Seriously, he was out of control. That warden.
It was the titties, man. I think everyone would have been if he didn't get to see glimpses of titties, he'd have been fine.
Well, I mean, I guess this is the first time someone's ever dreamt of a sexy woman.
That's what I'm saying. He must have seen plenty of tits in the dreams of these sex-deprived, heterosexually sex-deprived inmates. He must have seen plenty of tits in his dreams.
We saw those inmates in there that got caught doing something.
Yeah, but he never saw a blonde before, Slasher. He never saw blonde titties. And
now I'm gonna have to go back and see if there were any blonde female inmates. There's no way that goes the only blonde female inmate.
I'm pretty sure he wasn't. I remember that wide shot out of all those women. I don't think so.
Yeah, it also makes the actress. But from the crowd. Like Leslie Nielsen and Wrongfully Accused, where like he's going to try to blend in, and he goes into the crowd.
I never saw Wrongfully
He's
Accused.
got everyone's wearing like black. It's like a crowd of black folks, and they're all wearing dark colors. And he's got this bright orange jumpsuit. It's Leslie Nielsen with his white hair, pale skin. He's gonna try to blend in. From like a distance.
You dropped for a second and came back as a nipple.
Oh yeah, sorry. No, in Wrongfully Accused, when he's escaped because he's like the fugitive. He goes out into a crowd. He's going to try to blend in, and he goes into he's in like a black town, and he goes into this crowd, and they're all wearing dark colors. He's wearing like a bright orange jumpsuit with his pale skin and his white hair. Like he ain't blending in, and you can see him from the helicopter shot. But yeah, so it's like just to make her stand out from the other female inmates. But we don't see many of them, and we really only see one of them up close.
There's a whole floor of them when they're watching the.
When they're fighting.
When they're watching Mr. 187 and Christopher Lambert go at it, that you see the whole floor of female inmates. They're above whatever floor Christopher Lambert's on. But she's watching it. She's watching this fight.
Floor A and B, right? And because that's what Abraham tells Lambert. He's like, floor A, and he's like, you didn't answer my question. Fuck you.
I'll kill you. I'm going to kill you if you don't tell me.
Yeah, and no respect for Abraham. He comes in off the booking, no respect. So, because this guy's been here for life. I'm telling you, Abraham was arrested in the 70s for selling a giant bag.
RR has it, man. Kurtwood Smith wouldn't have went fucking batshit crazy if it wasn't for the titties. This couldn't have been the first pair of titties. Like what I was saying before, there's no way this is the first pair of titties he saw in a dream. No way. Come on. It's prison.
So what you're saying is Bob had bitch tits.
Well, it's a prison that has women in it too on a different floor, but he's watching everyone everywhere. So
he put on the intestinator in the women's prison.
His name is Robert Paulson.
He put the intestinator on in the women's prison when he revealed to Christopher Lambert that he had his wife in the prison. That was our introduction to her being in the prison. Was her in the shower, and he's showing Christopher Lambert her in the shower, and then he hits her with the intestinator.
Right. That was live. So before that, we just see her in his dream, and then we realize, oh wait, this is live footage. It's not a dream. Yeah, she's in prison too.
So he could have been spying on the women's shower all the time, for all we know, right?
Yeah, but he never saw a pair of titties that changed his life before like that.
No, it's true.
I found the tits of a lifetime.
That's exactly what it is. They're that special.
Yeah, it's like earth-shattering titties.
I know what happened to DBS. DBS was afraid to give his opinion of this movie because it was making his balls hurt too, and that's why he ran off.
You got hit with a testiculator.
Oh no, that's the testiculator.
And it explodes like that. Pop.
Oh man.
That's what happens if you don't fap.
Right.
The DBS, the Guinea Pig Collective, wishes you a speedy recovery. Tacos and chimichangas until it heals up, buddy.
Oh no.
This place.
He'll trade all of those in for fucking ravioli for Chef Boyardee ravioli.
You're right. Overstuffed raviolis, DBS. That probably is the better way to go for you. Speedy recovery.
Oh,
come back soon.
Overstuffed are the best ones. Those are legit. I got those downstairs. Those, man, I love that overstuffed.
Also, this woman didn't look like she had huge tits. This woman wasn't in like fucking Sofia Vergara territory when it came to the titties.
She was a cup size away from being Marcy from Married with Children.
She was pretty though. I'll say that. She was really pretty.
She had
I'll say that much.
she had the Marcy haircut.
Mm.
She had one of the Marcy haircuts, not the butchiest of the Marcy haircuts. She did have like because Marcy went through an evolution of haircuts.
Mm. And she had a
I
bob.
just had a question on Marcy.
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah, I was jealous of Jefferson.
I thought the only time Marcy looked any sort of cute was in Fright Night.
So I've got to know this. No, Nate, when you had a crush on her, just out of curiosity, when you drove around, did you like have a bag of bird feed in the back of your car just in case you ran across her?
Well, I was about 7 years old when I first saw her, so I wasn't driving anywhere.
Okay, so you had a shoe full of bird feed no matter where you went.
I wasn't trying to hunt her. The only one that I knew, there's only one woman that I had a crush on that was on TV that ever came around Tucson, and that was Betty White. So, but no, I did not hunt Betty White either.
So it was even Golden Girls era Betty White thing, huh?
Yeah, I was probably about 8 or 9 years old. Yes.
It's a golden fantasy.
Yeah. Well, so she used to do like I guess she maybe lived here or something, but she used to do like fundraising for the Reed Park Zoo, the Tucson Zoo.
Oh,
So-
that's nice.
And there were used to be like ads on like local ads like I'm Betty White, donate to the Tucson Zoo.
RR says I'm defending the Marcy here. It didn't look bad on this chick.
So you were into Betty White. So you were the one going around to all those early internet forums and saying they should redo the perfect 10, but make it the perfect 100 with Betty White.
The perfect
No.
110.
Because I did not have that type of advanced internet at the time.
No, I'm sorry. The Telegram. The Telegram.
When they did the
Pony
Golden,
Express.
when they got to Golden Palace, I was done with the Golden Girls cast.
Right, you had spent all your loads already.
Yeah, I was on to designing women by that point. Delta Burke. Woo. I also had a crush on Delta Burke, yes. I was a very unusual kid.
You don't say.
8, 9, 10. The redhead from Picket Fences. Oh my gosh.
So you didn't go around with the other boys saying, "Hey, I got a boner for Betty White." You were like, "I believe I have a lifting in my trousers for Betty White."
No, but I did say Liberty Gibbets instead of profanity. I did. I got that from the grandma on the Tweety Bird cartoons.
Yeah, well, Kurtwood Smith is
Yeah.
flipping gibbets at the sight of this blonde, and he decides he's going to use all the leverage he's got. And
So yeah, it's
Mad
like move
leverage.
into my quarters, or your husband's gonna be a Mongoloid for the rest of his life.
yeah,
And I'm gonna kill your baby.
yeah, well, yeah, he's gonna flip it up, Christopher Lambert in the gibbets, and
Oh well, he actually said you and your baby will feel a pain unlike any human has ever felt.
Oh yeah, that's when she makes a move to go towards the controls for Zed. He flips the fuck
oh yeah,
out.
poisons him, or she knocks him out with something, which I guess works, even though he's a cyborg.
No, I mean the first time when he's like when she's in his quarters, she goes to reach for Zed, and he's like, "Argh." He like fucking grabs her by her arm, and he shuts the door.
Well, she's watching
Sucks.
him watch the dreams of her
Yeah.
husband with her naked, and it's kind of an odd, awkward moment. She's
No,
like,
she was watching someone else's titty dreams. It wasn't her. It was some other girl.
oh, okay,
She hacked into it.
hack the mainframe. She's like,
No, she walked in. The door was open, and she just
Yeah.
walked in because it was like day one of her living in the quarters.
Right. He gives her so much freedom, and then
He
she's
gave
like,
her new clothes. He gave her that like fucking sleeveless turtleneck and those
"Oh yeah,
earrings.
total Bond villain." Yeah, here's some new clothes for you to wear while you live with me and drink champagne. And she's like,
He was also hinting to her that he is fully functional.
yeah. He just needs to hook up the tube for 20 minutes first.
And he tells her, like, "You're not capable of love, but I can love."
Yeah, it's got to get inflated like an air mattress. So
A penis pump.
It's like the Reebok pump.
She just needs to blow him up like the co-pilot in an airplane.
Boom, boom, boom. Yes, very much like the co-pilot in an airplane.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So she's got a very privileged position where she can see.
Yeah, he seems like he seems
Oh, I
like
see what
he
you did
was
there.
he seems
Privileged
like he was
position.
well adjusted until she came along.
Mhm. He was stable anyway. Like he had a routine. He did his thing. He was good at it. He did
And then
everything.
you know what else? You know what else this means? That he's got a pregnant woman fetish.
Yeah, Pwilf. That's right. You saw that Demi Moore cover of the magazine. Like, oh, that's the Pwilf for me. That's my thing. It's all about
shit!
Pwilfs now.
That's
And
Bruce
so,
Willis's baby. That's Bruce Willis's baby.
Oh my god! Oh shit!
Yeah, he's like, who cares about the two bumps on top? Look at that one down below.
I want to put a baby in that baby.
oh no, he's a super peed or no.
Holy fucking hell,
Super
Slasher.
Pete.
You just went 100% full Hollywood, man. You better be careful. You're going to get a call.
You're gonna have a double baby. Oh shit! Oh my god! Oh fucking! Oh, I'm choking right now. Fucking
Remember how the Star Trek the Rebels were born pregnant? Anyway, ugh.
The
Okay.
trouble with triple pregnancy.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just another one of the gross things in the movie, but she is afforded quite a degree of freedom, and I don't think he actually calls her out on having like poisoned him and knocks him out. It's just like, Karen, where are you? What are you doing? And so yeah, he told her never ever touch the Zed computer, and so as soon as next time we see them, she's giving him champagne. He's like, "This is great. Why have I never tried this before?" It's like, because he's never done anything. He's been sheltered, literally, and then he falls to the floor, and she goes straight to the computer and hacks into his Facebook to check all of his messages.
He said he was cheating on her, and then she's like, "Fuck you, I'm staying with her."
I know it. I know he's cheating. Bet he's messaging her on Facebook.
Oh my god, we're like in this maximum security prison, right? And
By the time he comes to, Maury Povich is sitting there. You are not the father.
Yeah. I know he's cheating on me with the one in cell block 8 who's having quadruplets.
187 guy was looking at him in the cafeteria the other day.
Yeah. And so she finds her husband, but she's loyal. She finds her husband loyal enough to find her husband and try to scan his brain so she can give him some therapy, I guess. Finds in his mind he's just a little boy in a literal hole of dirt.
Mind. He's trapped in a hole.
Mm-hmm. He's totally isolated. Like his mind is partitioned. It is totally like
a child.
Mm-hmm. And so it's this nice, metaphorical imagery where she's reaching her hand down.
We also forgot that when it was him versus 187 guy, when they intestinated 187 guy, and they were trapped on that little extending platform. So when 187 guy got intestinated and dropped off the side, it was on the platform, So that's where we get our escape. Is when Christopher Lambert picks that up, and they let him back into the prison. And he hands it to one of the other. He hands it to one of his
The hacker man.
cellmates.
Right. Right. Oh, we kind of skipped over. It's a small moment, but it's a very emotionally powerful moment where the blonde cellmate is this other pregnant woman, and she is crying, and she is distraught about. I don't want them to take my baby. I don't want them to take my baby. That's how we find out that that's what they do. They take the babies for the female prisoners, and a lot of them are in for illegal pregnancies, and so they grab her and they carry her off, and she is weeping and gnashing of teeth. And it's kind of heart wrenching. It's short, but it's how we find out that that's what they do, and she really sells it. Yeah, and then 187 guy gets blowed up in the stomach.
There's a
Everything
hole
all right?
in his stomach. You can see the hole, and it's practical effects.
Yeah, he reaches to his hole.
He ate Chipotle.
That's what it feels like sometimes when I eat there. Yeah. So now he's got the piece he needs. He's got the guy he needs to reverse engineer it, take it apart, put it back together.
Oh, nerd Jared Leto.
Yeah.
Nervous crackhead nerd version of Jared Leto.
He reminds me of Otacon from Metal Gear Solid.
The guy everybody runs a train on in prison.
What?
Well, in real life, that's but
Yeah, the designated butt of the prison.
Designated butt. That's nonsense. And it sounds like an ABC Family movie. James Butt was just a regular security guard until one day.
It sounds more like a Disney Plus show to me.
Yeah. What's in my butt? So
He was never constipated, that's for sure.
Assy McGee.
Actually, no.
I gotta get out of this case.
What a show! He is as soon as he's like snapped out of the trance after 4 months, he immediately turns to Abraham. It's like, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna escape. Abraham's like, nah, dude, I've been in here for 40 years for a dime bag, and I'm already granted parole. The warden won't let me have it because he needs me to be his barber.
Because I'm such a great barber.
Yeah. And so he's like, you ain't ever get out of here. Come on, think of your kid. He's like, yeah, you're right. And all right, I'll help you. And what do I got to lose? My life? He ain't ever let me out of here. And so they decide, and he goes to the hacker nerd. He's like, can you take this apart and put it back together again? He's like, yeah.
Antonio
Banderas.
Banderas.
I like Antonio Banderas. Take it apart. Christopher Lambert, you have to sound a little bit less passionate about what you're saying.
Yeah.
Christopher Lambert has to sound like he just woke up.
Is it hot in here? I must unbutton my shirt. No, my friend, it's too sexy. You're right. But I must.
Chris, give me more passion in this scene. Give me more emotion. Give me more emotion.
Emotion lotion.
All right. Fine. I know how to say my lines.
Yeah, he delivers them like Marquis de Sade. Yeah, like okay. I love you, wife.
I'm surprised they never dug up his ass for a fucking Marvel or DC movie.
Oh man, I don't know who he would even be.
He should be Brainiac. Superman, I've come to destroy you. Give up now.
Or Bizarro.
Too smart. I'm too smart for you to comprehend.
Yeah, Bizarro Superman, I think would have been good for him.
Superman, I'm a stupider version of you. Everything I do is backwards.
I think you just nailed it.
That's his next role? Bizarro? Bizarro, number one.
Well, you could be Jor-El. My son, what did you do?
Well, I'm here to talk to you about your time on Earth. You're here for a purpose. Do not abuse your powers for your own needs. Use them for the great good.
Did I ever tell you that I spent time in a prison where they put PP bombs in you?
Oh no. Yeah. So everything's bad. It's all bad. But he's back, and he immediately decides he's gonna get out of here. And his wife's like, "Oh, hey, he snapped out of it. That's great."
Okay, so that fucking gem that powers everything is a Mac. Abraham Lincoln. I'm just gonna call him Abraham Lincoln from now on. I don't know which name is which. I'll say Abraham. So Abraham Lincoln reveals to her that the fucking that gem that powers everything in the office is a Mac.
Because it's truly outrageous.
You just have to have a laser.
Really outrageous.
Oh, we have one.
Mm-hmm.
We have one. These red bars over here. It's kind of convenient, isn't it? Like how they like, oh.
Yeah, like Tommy said, it moves quick. There are some conveniences that we glossing.
Yeah, if you don't stop to look around every once in a while, you may miss it.
Oh yes, I love this movie. Yeah,
I liked it. I won't say it's in the love category. I like it.
Oh, I most definitely no.
I do like it. I do got to say I like it.
I mean, I like the way that it captures the desire of the human spirit to be free, and also just the total invasiveness and disregard
That
for
prison is fucking insane.
Yeah.
The prison is nuts. Like I don't. For all like the future prison movies, I don't remember them having like a prison like this with the fucking thing that could.
It would have been Hitler's wet dream.
Yeah, that they just shoved down. Yeah.
Hitler's wet dream if he would have built a facility like this.
Right. Remember 2 years ago, we were all talking about bodily autonomy. Like, this is the ultimate violation. Everything that happens in this prison is like the ultimate violation of bodily autonomy, human dignity,
human rights.
Yeah. But yes. But they don't care because, they've lost all their rights because they're in prison, which is also a relevant social issue then and now.
All right. I also think about movies around this time that were set in the future. I don't think you should slap a date on the movie because we're already past the time of that shit. I mean, granted, we're moving towards that direction closer and closer every day for real, but we're not quite at this point yet. Not quite. We're getting there, but what I'm saying is, like, when you slap a date on a movie like this, it automatically like
dates it.
Yeah.
Well, Demolition Man did it satirically, though, right? Because LA has descended into a state of anarchy and riots and crime, and it's only a couple of years after the movie was released. I think that was actually a satirical choice of the date. It's like, oh yeah, a couple of years from now, when LA descends into total, Mad Max, urban destruction.
Oakland and San Francisco are like that, and LA's almost there, but not yet. But Oakland and San Francisco are definitely no man's land right now.
I think you're right. I think it actually is San Francisco, Demolition Man, isn't it?
Yeah, because
it's LA.
I was there in August.
Demolition Man is LA because you see the Hollywood sign burning right in
Oh.
the opening scene of the movie.
Yeah, and so, but yeah, I think it was intentional that it was only a
What's
couple
up,
years
Moira? How you doing?
everything
Hey,
goes hey
Moira.
before they
How's
freeze
it
him, because that was like a whole subgenre of films, these speculative fiction films of like, well, at this rate, the crime is so out of control in our cities that in the near future, when we have cyborgs and space travel, it's all gonna be crime. And there's a lot of that where, well, it's just all going to be crime in a couple of years. And
Well, we're not too, like I was saying, we're not too far from so much shit we've seen in movies.
Another
Not just this,
years.
not just this movie, but many different movies.
or Portland on the news. Yeah,
Like Demolition Man, you know what I'm saying?
well, yeah,
And they're trying to like, they're trying to dumb down and censor and take stuff away and stuff like that. Like that whole shit. You know?
Oh, yeah. Demolition Man, a world where they've desexualized sex.
Yeah.
Making love. Like, wait, no, that's
I touch you.
yeah. Ew, you mean fluid transfer? Well, yeah.
Hunka chunka.
Who's on a mumble?
Doing the wild mambo.
The problem is you have the mannerisms of a goat and you smell like a dung heap.
Slap and tickle, I pickle. You never had anal beads?
Yeah, it's filter.
You have a 69?
You rusty trombone?
30 Sanchez? I mean, none of that.
It doesn't matter how many times it gets knocked down. It's how many times you can beat it back up and keep slamming her.
Yeah, I'm going to show you all, baby. Y'all give Cleveland steamer. Oh, that sounds fun. Like a trip down the river? Just sure. Anyway. Yeah, 2017. What are you going to do? Yeah, we've passed that. So, like, didn't happen. Can't
I don't know. Am I the only one that thinks that here though? That like when you slap a year on the movie, like if you're just gonna say it's the future, just be, like don't mention a year. Just like give everyone the idea that it's the future. Or does it have to work? Do you guys here like think that you have to slap a year of what?
The writing should say in the future, and that's it, and leave it at that.
Exactly. You don't need the year. Yeah, I think you're right. The year is limiting because then it pinpoints a point, and because then once you have that year, then any technology you see is going to be, or any social progression is going to be like, well, could this happen? Could that happen by that year? If you don't know the year, then it's like, I mean, it's open. Your mind is not, it can't resolve the length of time because they didn't give you a date. And so it's like, I mean, yeah, sure. Maybe we have.
Well, you know what though?
Before we invent robots, who knows?
Yeah, but you know what though? You can actually argue against that too, because sometimes you can actually have a date on a movie like that's supposed to be set in the future, and it can actually still work. And I think one of the ones that actually works, and it could have happened in the way that all the technology they showed in it, is Escape from New York. All the technology is still in the same, like.
Wait, what was it? 97? Is that?
It was something like, it was like 97 or 98 or something like that. Yeah. So all the technology they used in it was still conveyable to that time period. So it was totally.
I mean, I don't mean what year it came out. I'm talking about it was supposed to be.
Right.
1997.
Right. Yeah, they say it's like 97 or 98 or whatever. Escape from New York. That's what it's supposed to be based the year.
Wait, but I thought you meant that was the year it came out. That's not long.
No.
No, you know what's funny though? I think that's the year Escape from LA came out. I think that's the actual year that movie came out.
87, 98. Yeah, because it was quite a few years. But I mean, that's a rare example where the sequel is actually a satire of the first film.
Well, what was Escape from New York?
80s, early 80s.
82 or 83?
I thought it was 81.
Okay. I know it's very early 80s.
It's older than you
Wait.
might think. Yeah.
Escape from L.A. was a satire of Escape of New York.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Watch
gotta
it
watch
again.
it again.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Escape from New York. It's set in 1997.
Yeah.
And it came out, I was right,
Right. Oh, that's right.
1981. It came out July 10th, 1981.
So it's a
All right.
Gremlins 2 situation.
What do you mean?
Oh, yeah. Gremlins 2 is somewhat of a satire of Gremlins 1.
Oh.
Yeah.
I took that as a full satire. With-
Well.
Without with
Okay. Gremlins 2. All right. They have that part where Leonard Maltin is reviewing Gremlins 1 on VHS. So that means the movie Gremlins exists in the world of
Right.
the movie Gremlins exists in the world of Gremlins.
Exactly. Fourth wall break. They went meta with it, like Human Centipede 2, where Human Centipede.
Oh my god! Did you
Yeah.
actually sit through Human Centipede 2?
No, I can't sit through
Well,
either.
well, you're talking about fourth wall breaks in that movie. I mean, they also have that scene where they're sitting in the movie theater and
Yeah, the Hulk Hogan scene.
the Hulk Hogan scene. Yeah,
Yeah.
because literally the whole screen just kind of lights up like the film broke. So if
Uh-huh.
you're sitting in the theater, you might think that, but then they switch to that Hulk Hogan scene, and then all of a sudden they turn the film back on.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they did it different for the VHS too. They totally, because it wouldn't work for a VHS release. I guess they figured like the movie theater scene wouldn't work for a VHS release, so
That's
they
clever.
did something. Instead of Hulk Hogan in the movie theater, they did a black and white scene of the Gremlins and John Wayne having a shootout.
Oh wow. Okay. I thought you meant just they edited
What's up, Lurch? How you doing?
that they just it's up Lurch, that they re-edited it to look like
Lurch.
VHS, like an old VHS porn tape that you've rewound and paused too many times, and it gets all like jacked up when you try to, it ends up looking like the scrambled.
No, like you had to have seen Gremlins too, Darius?
egg.
No.
Not really. No.
Okay.
What could possibly cause you to rewind a tape so much?
Porn.
Yeah, you got.
I'm being
I rewinded the Basic
Gee.
Instinct. There was a scene I rewinded a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just
people
one-
used to say that about the Phoebe Cates scene in Fast Times.
Oh, and Rob Roy.
time.
There's a Rob Roy scene too, also that was rewound.
There you go. Later on, if you want to watch that scene that's sitting in the private chat.
There's a scene at Highlander Endgame that's very sexy. And you can almost see a bit of schlong.
What number in the Highlander series was Endgame?
3. It's number 3.
Okay, so
I know Highlander
which one was the quickening?
2.
2.
Okay, that was the one everyone told me it sucked, and every single person I know told me it sucked.
Yep.
So I haven't watched it. Maybe
From
I'll have to watch it
Nice.
sometime.
And that's another one, giving the planet a name. Saying that the immortals are all from the planet Zeist is like even worse than putting a year on so a movie about the future.
Oh my god, they're aliens.
Yeah, they're all aliens.
Oh,
Yep.
get the flying fuck
Yeah.
out of here.
In the first one, Connery says, "No one has ever known. From the dawn of time we came. No one has ever known we were among you until
Dude,
now."
did they carry that alien shit onto the TV show?
Oh no! They got rid of that, and everyone pretended it never happened.
Aliens.
Yeah.
That's what I remember Highlander from is from the TV show.
See, I saw the first movie on VHS back in the day. So,
Oh yeah, Mom.
the movie came out 86. So I probably saw it a year after that.
And
I
then
am
it's-
immortal.
Yeah.
I
See the TV.
have inside me blood of kings. Yeah.
Yeah, they in the Adrian Paul was the
I have no rival.
no man can
No
be.
man can be my equal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the
That's
show
an
was
awesome song. It
It
definitely
was.
is awesome.
game. They had Adrian Paul kill off Christopher Lambert's character, Connor from the original film, and take his power. So he officially took over. They had a fight to the death, and he's got to take his power. So he's got all of Connor's essence in him now. But because
that sounds a little gay, just the way you said that. I'm just saying. It sounded like that could have been a 187 prison scene from Fortress.
Well, you see Dr. Strange.
His essence
all
is balls deep inside him.
He's like,
his essence was all up in there. It was leaking out.
It's Dr. Strangelove. The
he
guy's
was
like,
oozing with the essence of Sean Connery.
I was born to be king, baby.
But I do deny them my essence.
Who's immortal? Who's immortal?
Oh man.
Anyway. Christopher Lambert's a bad actor. Anyway, sorry. So
what's next? So
their prison break when they get the intestinators out of them.
Yeah, I like that.
They could have had that guy Brian Bosworth as the guy that rapes the people in prison.
Fucking magnets. How do they work? No one knows. Well, the hacker guy knows, and he uses magnets to get them out.
Yeah, crackhead Jared Leto gets all the intestinators out of them.
He's like, oh my god, it's magnetic.
Same way magnets work with a piece of paper in between them.
Yeah. He's like explaining how magnets work to Christopher Lambert. What do you mean? What is a magnet?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, he's like, a magnet. It'll work from a distance.
You're blowing my mind.
Yeah, you take a magnet and we use the magnet to get the magnetic object out of the body. Whoa, you gonna do that? Do it right now. Do it on White Power Bill first. Yeah, do it on me.
Right. I thought that was the dude from at the end of Training Day.
He'll be our guinea pig.
No, it's gotta go for the homies. I thought it was that guy.
I don't know. That one guy was a little bit creepy with those freaking like 1940 Coke bottle glasses that he had going on there. Like, holy shit. He looked like that one dude in Hot Shots with freaking walleye vision. They were so freaking bad.
Oh man! Of all the things to creep you out is a man's myopia.
They also tried to make that guy look as stupid as possible. The crackhead nerd.
Yeah, well, because he was the smart guy, so he had smart people are the stupidest people.
I also like when he was bragging about blowing up a bank.
Oh yeah,
his partners didn't appreciate it because he burnt the money.
Yeah. Yeah, no, because he's an artiste. That's why he's in prison.
Big puns.
So yeah, so he I thought it was gonna fail. I thought he was gonna screw it up, and White Power Bill was gonna die. But no, he gets it out. He almost chokes on it. He's foaming at the mouth. He can't get it up through the esophagus. It's pretty brutal. He gets it out of there. He's like, oh yeah, it worked.
Now use it on me.
Put the magnet in my cat's mouth. No, I don't need to do that. Do it anyway.
His part's the only part that I would think that would have been like cast for Clint Howard. Clint Howard turned it down.
Yeah.
No. Dude, if you're making a fucking production and Clint Howard turns you down, you're don't make anything. That dude will be in anything.
I'm just telling you, Clint.
It's like Danny
Howard,
Trejo. If you get turned down by Danny Trejo, just turn in your career. Like you're talking about dudes out being anything as long as they're alive, as long as they're breathing and standing, they'll be in anything. If Clint Howard's still alive, he would have been in this, no doubt.
His brother.
He was still alive at this point.
Yes, I'm saying if he's still alive and he was alive at this point, he would have been in this.
They didn't even ask you.
Well, probably all their money went to Christopher Lambert and Kurtwood Smith. Those are like the only two people who. Those are the only two people who had any sort of career.
I think Kermit Smith is probably worth whatever they paid him. he's
I like him, but like in this, like he was just there and creepy. Like he was there. Like I know they had to make him as creepy as possible. He's an artificial human, plastic cyborg motherfucker.
They made him somehow even more unlikable than Clarence Boddicker.
Yeah, I know. They really did.
You know, you hate Clarence Boddicker. I hate him too, but like this guy was just pathetic.
Well, you know what? At least I could laugh at some of the shit that Clarence Boddicker was saying.
Yeah. He was a piece of shit, but he was fun to watch. Yeah. This guy's just a creep. Yeah, but they get all the intestines.
He escaped.
They get
the pipe. So Clarence Boddicker gets fired and rehired in 2 minutes because Zed caught her stealing the diamond and giving it to Abraham Lincoln. And then they had the video of Abraham Lincoln putting it back. And
you know, Zed warned me that women only like money and jewels.
Gets him fired, fires him. It was like, Zed's like, get the fuck out of my office. And then he shuts the doors on him.
He's like, I don't know where to go. I've never left here.
Yeah.
But you'll be blamed for this. And then, and then Zed opens the door again, lets him go to work doing what he does best. Violating criminals.
Pervin on dreams.
If you wanted to be like a good.
So
I'd say that's what he's best at doing is perving on dreams.
Yeah, well, and he immediately knows what they're gonna do once he sees the footage, which Zed somehow seems to forget about after showing him that they all were able to remove their intestinators. He already knows what they did with them, and so they start a fight in the work yard in the mine, and immediately Zed's like
the rape mine.
Yeah. She decides to intestinate everyone at once, and he's like, "No!" Well, they put their removed intestinators on the vent, which causes the explosion. Causes it to it blows a hole in it, and they're able to hop in and start making their way out. And then steam.
And then Clarence Boddicker gets his job back by screaming at Zed, saying, if they escape, you'll be held responsible. And Zed opens the door automatically and just lets them back in there. It's like, okay, you are rehired, basically, but without saying so.
Right. And then he goes in. It's like a gamer putting on their gamer glove. You know, he gets in there and
he turns on the vents in the pipe. So then they gotta go back the other way, and this is where we lose. What do you guys keep calling White Powerville?
He reminds me of White Powerville from the prison in I think it's Arrested Development.
I also noticed that dude had the biggest fucking zit. That dude had the biggest zit on his fucking eyebrow the whole time.
Maybe it was a sty.
I don't know. It looked like a zit. It looked like it was gonna pop out at me.
He was a big, tall, bald guy in prison with a goatee. Who's always scowling. He just looked like Aryan Brotherhood. He reminded me of White Powerville. The guy in prison that you only deal with. And
all right, wait. Let me ask the Mexican guy here. DBS, did you think the big bald guy was white or Mexican?
White.
But you don't think that he had a bit of a Mexican look to him? Like he looked like if he was out in the sun enough for one day.
Like his grandma was Mexican, but everybody after that was white.
He's like Mexican and Swiss.
Yeah, he doesn't speak Spanish. He doesn't know what a is talking about.
He's a Taco Bell Mexican. Yeah.
And that's why he's so racist, because he's mad. It's like it's always someone who has like just a little bit, but they're like resentful of how people treat them. You know. No,
Well,
sorry,
he
go
was
ahead.
also making passes at the little Puerto Rican dude from the get go.
Oh well.
Why don't you come lay next to me?
Yeah.
I honestly think he was just messing with him.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. He was friends with 187 guy, so
kept fantasizing about him.
it could have been a rite of passage if he's gonna roll with 187 guy's crew. You know?
Yeah.
That's true.
Yep. Grease up that hole.
We saw 187 guys into it. 187 guy seems all about it. So
Yeah, he's come to terms with it. He's accepted. No.
but 187 guy, he's not like Kurtwood Smith. Kurtwood Smith wants to see titties. 187 guy, yeah, I don't think he wants to deal with titties.
Well, Kurtwood Smith likes to possess. Same way he likes to possess all the prisoners. He wants to possess her. And in so doing, he can possess the soul of...
I mean, I thought she was hot and all, but not like drop dead. Like, there were hotter women in 1992. I mean,
well,
like that they could have hired to be drop dead gorgeous.
Their budget, there wasn't in the budget for a super hot chick.
Get out of here. They could have got a Playboy Playmate.
Could have got Anna Nicole in that year.
They could have got Anna Nicole. And it was when she would have been peak. It would have been her peak.
Never forget. Anna Nicole.
Sorry about that. My cat got on the keyboard and turned it off.
Yeah, but he's like, no, but I can love. Like he's not. I mean, he just wants to possess things and control them, right? Like he does to all the prisoners. Like he wants to do to their minds. I mean, that's the invasiveness of it. He gets into your mind. He can see your thought. You can even project. Remember, he was able to project dreams back into the mind, and even your guts aren't safe. Like nothing is sacred, and it's so invasive, but he wants to possess them and control them. And that's what he wants to do to her. No matter what he says about loving, that's all he was really capable of. And that's all he wants to do. So unlike 187 guy who just wants, he just
wants to love you for 5 minutes. Not for a lifetime.
Right. He'll use his imagination. Although if he was asleep, then they'd catch him. But I know Kurtwood Smith's, what's his name again? The director. I
just keep calling him Kurtwood Smith because that's maybe we shouldn't say what is Poe. That's it.
Okay.
Prison director Poe.
He just wants to possess people and things. He wants to possess their mind.
He wants to possess them.
He wants to possess their body. And
also, they're mental.
Mental, exactly. So he's never gonna pleasure her, but he just wants her to be there with him so that he can have her, right?
Zed tells Poe that you are mental property.
Right. Everyone's mental property. That's the thing. Everyone becomes property, effectively slaves, once they are convicted and they end up in the fortress.
Crime does not pay.
Crime does not pay.
Mm-hmm. The U.S. government sends them $27 a day for each prisoner, right? So the government, the taxpayer money, is $27 a day, and that's why they have to work so that they can, pay for their incarceration.
He wants maximum penetration.
Prison torture pays well.
So it's a subsidy of $27 a day per prisoner. That's less than the public schools get per student. They at least get over 1,000. 27 a day, but the rest is all private corporate prison. And so, if anything, I think this is if this is a commentary on anything, it's got to be the private prison system, which does exist now.
I'm pretty sure it existed in some form in 1991.
Yeah, well, it might have been a smaller scale or a newer phenomenon, and that might have been what inspired them. But we're not at the end yet. We're at the Great Escape. They're in the tube. They get hit with the steam, and then
You gotta go back to where they came through, and and what you guys so lovingly call White Power Bill gets fucking gunned down while he's in the pipe, and then all of
They
a sudden,
told him, don't go out there, and he didn't listen.
yeah, fuck you. He's being a dick. Of course. Oh, why is this guy who was a dick the whole movie? Why is he being a dick now? Oh.
yeah,
And
So-
then they get the fucking flamethrower. And that's where Christopher Lambert literally disarms this creature we haven't seen yet. It's like a cybernetic creature. You take its helmet off, it has no bottom jaw.
yeah, made in China. Like they're very easy to dismember and kill. And but they are well armed with flamethrowers and triple guns. Always been hot. Yeah,
Triple guns.
yeah, and not just time, but place. Everywhere in the world, literally everywhere in the.
You've made a mistake already, Darius. They're not just triple guns. They're triple guns that also have flamethrowers.
Yeah, they have a flamethrower too.
Yeah, you're right. It's all one gun, and they have like just these bandoliers of bullets strapped over both shoulders, and weird tubes going in them. I know.
Oh, you mean like this?
Yeah, that's the gun. Yeah. Yeah. The fads change, but our tastes don't. Yeah, no, that's true. That is true.
Oh,
And
like this? Yeah. Well, no, I don't. I'm sorry. Kim Kardashian ain't my thing.
yeah, well, the magazines are just public media trends. Like, yeah, the trends come and go, but our tastes don't really change much at all.
And definitely not Cardi B. Oh my god. I would rather live in the fortress than have to hear Cardi B's voice for fucking 10 seconds.
Yeah, because ask any grown man, and he'll probably tell you that he does not mind a tasteful push. So, yeah, it is true. Everyone in the world, think of like the poorest country, and then Google it. You'll find hot women there. I guarantee it. So it's that is true. Triple fire, yeah.
I mean, that gun was cool, but like, yo, he mastered it right away.
So Cardi B in the reboot of this movie, the remake of this.
Oh man, she would be the Christopher Lambert.
Oh no!
Oh, yo,
I would
I'm in this prison, and they got like these robots.
Mhm. Yeah, they
Nobody,
always spying on me.
they arrested me for WAP.
Mhm.
Is that what you were gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna say something about something, but my dog just walked in, so never mind.
Your dog walked in.
Daughter.
Oh,
Yeah, a little girl. So, 188 is WAP. So, she gets a card for WAP violation. Anyway,
I'm talking to these guys. Say hi.
and in that movie, it'll be the Clintinator, right? The Clintinator is what sends you a painful shock through the bean and will blow up if you cross the red line. And
In the reboot, Elon Musk will be the prison Warren.
oh my god,
He's gonna be the Kurtwood Smith of this movie.
yeah,
Yes.
he's Neuralink to watch your dreams.
And White Power Bill will be played by Stone Cold.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. Yep.
What?
And yeah. Well, not
It's going
Goldberg.
to be Prison X.
Yeah. 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 It's a Tesla-owned corporate prison. Everything's automated.
I'm
And
gonna be John Cena. John Cena could be Christopher Lambert.
oh, yeah, and then Cardi B. Yeah. Okay.
Cardi B would be his girlfriend, the one that got pregnant.
Yeah. You know what?
I'm like pregnant and shit, and we
You-
gotta like get over the border
You
so
know,
I could like give birth.
she.
I can't get no abortion. What you-
Yeah,
That's
no,
just illegal over here. Come on, I can't do it.
as
Yeah, that
terrible
would be fucking awesome. I really would not want to put a shotgun to my head
well,
and
dude,
like
as terrible,
consider my life choices if I
as
were to
terrible
stick
as
to
it
that.
sounds, Hollywood would make it. That's what I'm saying. Like Hollywood would probably make that movie, and it would be. But no, I think DBS is right. Yeah, that's a movie that would get greenlit in Hollywood.
Wow.
Anyway, so that's it. He says that's it. Yep, that's it. That's the you just got a budget, DBS.
Oh, I got you. I got
Yeah.
you, Birch. I know what you're saying. I know it wasn't a generalization.
I've got a movie pitch. I want to do a movie called The Deer Hunter, and it's not going to be like the one that you know about. No, this is going to be a legit deer that is hunting humans. I'm sure that they would love that because in the end, humans realize the error of their ways and start eating bugs. How much will make a bet this movie can get greenlit immediately?
Yo,
Man, they decide to eat nothing and be happy.
Yo, Tommy, Tubi would be like, oh God, we make a 1, 2, and 3 so we can put this on here. Tubi would be all up your ass about that fucking movie.
I don't know.
They'd want a series.
Tubi doesn't. They're weird, man. They put anything on there because they have a few things that are really, really.
I've noticed.
Like the oh shit, what the hell? It's called Millennial Hunter. So it's like a
you
Gen
told
X
me about that.
yeah, it's hunting down millennials and shit.
That sounds awesome, dude. Yeah, no, I checked that out. You know, all 3 reanimators are on there.
They made 3 reanimators.
Yeah, there's
I still got to go back and watch the first one.
all 3.
You know what? I think I got to throw that one up on the to watch list. For a discussion.
So sick. All 3 RoboCops and the remake and the old TV series that no one has seen but Slasher and a couple of other movies called
Prime Directive. Yeah.
No. You want to know this epitomizes that Tubi has anything on there. They have the original Logan's Run TV show.
Yeah, I saw that.
Logan's Run TV show.
Yeah, you got to check in with Tubi as well. See what they got. They got some.
I didn't even know there was a Logan's Run. I knew that the movie Logan's Run. I didn't know there was a TV.
Yeah. Cut.
So Tommy, what you described was Lufasando or whatnot, the Shel Silverstein book about the lion that shot back. Now this RoboCop TV show. Do you mean the one that was on the USA Network, or do you mean RoboCop Dark Future or whatever?
No, well, there was the TV show, and then there was another thing that I thought was like a mini series, Prime Directive or something.
Maybe was it mostly like green screen? The Prime Directive.
I know the RoboCop suit was not on par with the movies from what I saw of it.
RoboCop Dark Justice?
Yes, Dark Justice is what I was thinking of.
I don't know what that is. Is that a second series?
It's some sort of like TV series. I watched, I think, 1 episode of it.
Just one.
I thought the other one was called Prime Directive.
Yeah, that's on Tubi, Prime Directive. Now, so it looked like movies, but it might be a miniseries, like you said. I'm not sure.
All right, does Tubi have the Saturday morning cartoon?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I have to check.
Has all things RoboCop.
Let me check on that.
There's also another RoboCop. It's an animated. It's called Alpha Commando.
Oh yeah.
From what
Wait,
year? From what year? is it?
1998 to 99.
Really?
That
What
second
the fuck
animated series.
channel was that on?
Probably
Back in the
syndicated.
day.
I remember seeing the old RoboCop cartoon.
Yeah, that was like
Yeah.
late 80s. Probably like 88 or 89. That RoboCop cartoon, but I never heard of a 99 one. 98, 99.
Okay, here we go. So we got RoboCop 1, 2, and 3, the 2014 remake, RoboCop the series in Espanol, and then we've got 4 Prime directives. How long are they? An hour and a half each. Yeah, it's probably miniseries.
Oh my god.
4 Prime directives episodes, each one basically a movie. So yeah, and that was 2001. So
Yeah, but all right, the regular series was early 90s, right?
94.
Okay.
94. Yep.
Oh,
Wow. They don't have the animated series. You're talking about Saturday morning cartoon you meant for
Yeah.
RoboCop?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, that doesn't look like they have it. Dark Justice. I never heard Dark Justice.
Mhm.
Basically,
Go to
they have
Yoshinoya.
fucking-
But yeah, we'll wrap this one up.
Okay. They get out or not? That's the question.
They
Oh,
get
wow.
out
Yeah.
and deliver the baby. It's a Jesus
They
metaphor.
get out to Mexico. Well,
The
it's
manger.
just
Oh, because it cares. It's fast.
him, his wife, and the Puerto Rican.
Did
Yeah.
we see him again after that?
Who?
Their buddy. That he
The Puerto
did work
Rican
out
dude?
with. Yeah, I didn't see him.
He gets run over by the Mentel truck.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
I missed that part.
He got ran over by the Tesla semi truck on autopilot.
Yeah. But it got angry at him for escaping. Yeah.
We skipped over the computer virus that the nerd implants into Zed, makes everything go haywire, and the prisoners start breaking out. And then when it finally stabilizes is when they made it across the border.
And then the makers of the movie were like, "Yeah, we like that movie, Maximum Overdrive. So let's get a scene like it at the end part of this movie."
Yep. And so it's like, oh, truck found, and then it fires up the truck and it starts driving it toward the barn where she's, giving birth in a manger.
The manger where the baby Jesus is being
Yeah.
born.
Yep. And Nino's outside and he's like, do. I can't believe I made it to the end of the film.
Yeah,
Flat.
he walks right up to it too.
Yeah. And yep. And so and then she's going into labor. She's about to have the baby, and Lambert takes his gun out, his triple gun, and he starts bam, 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 starts firing at it. And then it turns around and starts coming back. And Slasher's like, how did you reload this thing?
I
And
noticed as soon as I said that was when he ran out of bullets.
Yep. As soon as he asked the question, he ran out of bullets. But then he switches to the flamethrower and lights it up, and it catches fire. And then instead of diving out of the way, it just kind of drives around him directly into the barn and then explodes. He's like, "No, my wife and baby." And
My wife and baby, no. No, I can't believe it.
And he closes his eyes, and just before Christopher Lambert has to pretend to cry, then he hears a sound, and he walks off, and hiding behind an old rusty tractor turned outside is his wife, who was the real hero all along, and delivered the baby on the battlefield.
He would have got exposed if he couldn't cry on camera.
Delivered her own baby.
Yeah, she delivered a baby alone while being hunted by
a fucking killer cyborg truck. Yeah.
Yep. I mean, that's pretty badass. It's
Yeah, it is, right?
the Farscape movie when Aaron's son delivers a baby in the middle of
I mean,
fight.
my parents had me like, okay, I was in the hospital. I was like,
I
my
tell you
mom,
what, though.
my mom went to the hospital when I was born.
I want to say something about this film. So, why this is not the greatest American cinema that you've ever seen? You got to remember this wasn't really created for American cinema. This was actually created for the Mexican cinema. So, basically, what this is a tale about the lawlessness of the people in America and how they are going to invade Mexico at some point to
And
get away
have
from
their
America.
anchor babies.
Yes, and then have their terrible freeloading weight babies on Mexican
Yep.
soil.
Yeah, they're coming to Mexico to get away from the puritanical American society, and it's puritanical values and corporatism and prisons. Which in Mexico you can just walk right out of prison like El Chapo.
Yeah,
El Chapo they dug a tunnel to get to his cell.
Yeah.
he's being sarcastic.
It was a reverse Shawshank. They dug in to get to him.
Yeah.
It took a lot of spoons, and but yeah, he just walked out. So yeah, but in the end, they make it to Mexico. Which is just like Sarah Connor at the end of Terminator. She finally makes it to Mexico, and then she can start the rest of her life with her unborn
To
child.
escape the terrifying grasp of technology.
Yeah,
Just like this.
Oh yeah, there's a storm coming. I know. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, but no, we don't know what kind of life they're gonna have in Mexico. If
well, it didn't even look like they were ready to assimilate. I did not see any kind of
Yeah,
holding
not a
device,
single one of them
you know,
had
to
a
put on the kids' chest
sombrero.
so they could sell chiclets or anything. I
None
see
of them
none
was.
of that.
They weren't wearing ponchos. No
Yeah.
sombreros.
Lambert's got a phrase book. It's siesta time, I think. Yeah. And
I didn't hear any mariachi music playing. This was just a
Goddamn.
totally bad start to their Mexican adventure. Just saying.
Goddamn colonizers.
Now, and they can't get her to a hospital. Yeah, they can't get her to a hospital really just to check on her, but they walk in raggedy prison clothes to Tijuana, and they just buy all the Vicodin.
Gentrifying fucking Mexico.
Yeah, for like $1 they found on the ground. They buy all the Vicodin, and which
Is that what they say, DBS? Mexico? Is that the correct way?
Yeah, what?
Mexico.
Yeah, well, is it like the Aztec people, the Mexica, or like the?
What do you say, DBS? You say Mexico.
Ask the question again because I just jumped in my truck, but never mind. I'm not driving.
What do you say? You say Mexico, not Mexico, right? Because you're American.
Mexico. Me like meth. Mexico. Mexico. Yeah, like meth. In the beginning.
Yeah. In Mexico, they could have gotten all the prisoners out in the back of one pickup.
And the peachy gringos, they say Mexico.
Yeah. Mexico. It's so nice down there.
Mexico.
Mexico.
What happened? Hold on.
Mm-hmm. My garden is from there, and he is so hot. Anyway, wait, someone's gonna make fun of me for doing the voice. Tommy? No? Okay.
No,
so yeah, no, okay. Yeah, so they live and they're free, and we're assuming Mexico's a non-extradition country in this timeline. So at least we hope so. And so yeah,
well, there is a part 2, so you could follow the misadventures of Christopher Lambert and his wife. So.
Yeah, and
remember that. I don't know if I'll be doing it on this channel, but if you got the balls to fucking check it out, yeah.
I sure hope they at least wind up with a Chihuahua.
Oh man, yeah. No, the new warden is Dick Jones.
It'd be funny if they like live on like a beach resort and they're like this. they're on fucking they're on beach chairs and they got their fucking hats and they're basking in the sun, having margaritas and
Happy
shit.
sombreros.
And then
They
the
got
truck comes back. The truck comes back on the beach. It's like, I remember what you did to my friend.
Wouldn't it be better if they wound up in a Mexico prison where the warden is Rey Mysterio Jr.?
no God. Yeah, but this truck plays the cucaracha, and like, what's that sound? It sounds like a semi truck powered by a robot.
Yes,
Yeah,
it would be Mextel.
yeah. It comes bouncing down the beach on its hydraulics down to the. Get out of here, wife! You have to save
Get
your
out of
titties.
your life.
It's after your titties. Save the baby.
Come on now, you guys given the Mexico version of this prison system a little bit too much justice. No, they would come rolling up on a herd of burros to take them in.
Oh yeah, yeah, $27 a day. You're right. Yeah. Burros. Yeah. Oh man. Let's see. Fortress. There it is on Tubi.
All right, DBS. Sorry for all the slander, man.
Oh, there.
I didn't mean the Mexican slander. I'm
It's
sorry.
just
Man.
re-entry. Who
El,
called?
El for a Treso too.
Apology accepted on behalf of every Mexican that's offended. My apology accepted. I speak for all of them.
He is the Al Sharpton of Mexican people.
No quiero talk all about it.
Yeah. Cut to Vicente Fox. I'm not going to build any fucking wall. Wait, did you say it was called Reentry? Or did Tommy make that?
No,
Yeah.
it is. It legit
It's called
is called
Re-entry.
Fortress 2 Re-Entry.
No, it's probably a reference to the Intestinator, but it's still uncomfortable. Reentry.
Okay, so maybe the Spanish kid makes it, and he's the one that's getting re-entered.
He's getting rear entry.
I don't think he made it.
It's called rear entry.
No, I'm pretty sure he didn't make it. I saw he was like a Gallagher watermelon. He just got splatted.
I don't think I saw him get hit. He was
No,
in
he
front
got
of it.
run over. He got run over. He did.
They didn't show him get run over. He was just in front of it and they cut away.
I know, but he didn't like get back up and be like, "Oh, I'm okay, Christopher Lambert." He didn't dust himself off.
We don't know that. That
Yeah, all
baby-
right. We're gonna have to watch Rear Entry. No, I don't want to watch that, man.
Well,
It's not rear entry.
before we end the show, I need to read you the blurb, the description of the one sentence description of that movie, of the sequel. I'm into an hour wait.
the description would be, yeah, this shit went straight to VHS. We didn't bother it.
Okay. Well, it's a certain trend. So, 1999, Fortress 2, Re-Entry. In this follow-up to the
That
cult,
much later? Jesus.
Yeah. Yep. Brennick finds himself in a high-tech prison again. Only this time, anyone? It's floating.
Only this time.
In space.
Only this time, Christopher Lambert has child support to pay, so he
With
had to do this
animal
movie.
cyborgs.
It's in space now. It's in
Oh
space.
my god!
It's Fortress in space. That's the
No.
Good call, Tommy.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. He called it the last second there. It's in space. Yes, like Jason X and all and I don't know, Leprechaun in space. It's Fortress in space.
And Machete in space.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
Machete has never been in space.
He has been
No?
to the battlefield. Like Leprechaun in the Hood.
Machete was never in space. No,
No.
sounds like
Right.
something they would have did somewhere. Yeah.
Jason has been in space and Leprechaun.
Yeah, I know. A Leprechaun's been in space. I know that.
Jason has even been to Manhattan, but
I've never seen either of those two movies.
If
but
I
they-
find the YouTube link of Machete in space, I will send it to all of you.
I love Jason Goes to Manhattan.
I didn't
Yeah.
exactly love every Friday the 13th movie. So
Yeah, yeah. Apparently, he doesn't get off the boat in for most of the
No,
movie.
he does, but it's like the last like 15 to, or 20 or 15 minutes of the movie.
No, he gets off the boat at the beginning.
Not in Manhattan. No, not in
Yes,
Jason
that's when he.
Statham.
I've seen it. You
Yeah, I
haven't.
have too. He's. Oh, I didn't see it.
I thought you
Uh-oh,
said you didn't see
uh-oh.
it.
No, I said I didn't see Jason in space.
Oh, okay. So and Jason goes to Manhattan at the beginning, he gets out and he walks around, and that's when he kicks the boombox, and then he later knocks that guy's head off.
No.
That's towards the end of the film. He does all
That's
that
the
stuff.
end of the movie.
I think you probably watched on cable, Nate, and you came in at the end and thought it was the beginning.
Unless you
know.
watched it in reverse.
So you were
Good.
talking about the Fortress movies. There was only one sequel to this.
As far as I know.
Re-entry.
Because there, if you look, there is a listing for a Fortress 3, but it's a completely
Yeah, I saw
different
one
movie
that
called
said it came out
Fortress.
in 2021, right?
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
it's got Bruce Willis and shit in it, and it's the same thing with Fortress 3. Apparently, those are tied to a different franchise.
Gotcha.
Let's go back after we beat them in the Mexico-American War. We didn't want it. I don't know about that one. The government should annex Mexico, and they could stay where they are and be the 51st state and not have to jump the border. No, that's funny. That's funny.
I mean, that would make sense, right?
Sure, but there's so many people they'd want the right to vote, like Puerto Ricans don't have.
No, but could we just stop at Mexico? Wouldn't we need Panama too?
Do we not have Panama anymore?
I thought Panama was annexed.
Yeah, well, yeah. It was like I thought we had Panama. What? Oh, I mean the canal. You mean the country of Panama? Yeah. I think we own the canal, don't we? Do we not? I'm not seeing.
I don't know.
I'm geographically ignorant of that. Fucking American.
But I know I'm gonna wrap this up almost at 2 hours. But
You want a re-entry?
I don't think I could do it. Not Fortress in space, bro. Not Christopher Lambert in space.
Owned. Hold on. I just want to answer real quick, Slasher. Yeah, owned and operated by Panama.
Oh, okay. All right.
Panama. Panama.
I'm glad somebody got my riff. But this movie I do like it. I like to go back and watch this every once in a while. It reminds me of something that I would have just randomly picked up had I seen it on the VHS shelf back in 1992. So my dad would have been like, I don't want you to fucking rent that. Like it was something that like I would have had to have like gone to the video store by myself with a couple of dollars in my pocket to rent.
Yeah. I know that kind of movie. Yeah.
No, I'm not. All right, in 1992, I was 13. I wasn't able to go back into the beaded door area.
Yeah, 93. Well, I was only 6, but my friend and I would sit on each other's shoulders and wear a big trench coat, and so we'd fool them. And we'd
Yeah, but you still had a kid's voice. Either one of you would, whoever was the top part of the trench coat, you had a kid's voice. So
well, if they just whispered like Christopher Lambert, they might have been able to get away with it.
I'd like to rent Debbie Does Dallas.
I'm going to go behind these beads right here.
I'm going to find Deep Throat starring Linda Lovelace.
Don't mind if I'm standing a little wobbly. I promise there's not 2 6-year-olds holding me up right now.
I rented Gag Factors 1 through 7. I'm going to watch them in order with popcorn and then masturbate. Kill me with that voice in the movie.
But yeah, well,
Creeper voice. Ugh.
I guess we'll go with some scores here. You know Tommy's gonna give this shit an abysmal score. Tommy, see, I noticed Tommy lately. He's unveiling himself to be a bit of a movie snob. I noticed lately.
I will give this thing 2 guinea pig jelly beans.
Which equates to what?
No, I wouldn't say this is absolutely
Big
the
fat
worst
shit
thing.
on the front lawn.
No, I wouldn't say it's that bad. I'll give it 5 toes. That's what this one's going to get. I'm sorry, it's just it moves too quick. It really does feel like they rushed through this filming. So because of that, it lacks a little something to me, and I can't really put my paws on what it is, but it's definitely a pretty weak movie, I think, overall. I think some of the people that they cast in this were decent. I just think the story was just way too rushed. It could have been a lot better had they took a little bit more time and care instead of just trying to rush from one scene to the other. So yeah, five toes out of 10.
Gotcha, man.
Hey, well, I was gonna give it a 6, and I still am. It's there's some good ideas in here, and I think they really were trying to say something, and they did. But in a subtle way, like we don't get anymore. But no, it was. I think Tommy's right. There wasn't enough space. Like I like Kubrick films where at times he uses like silence to really get you immersed in the moment. In a prison is mostly nothing happening and waiting around and just wanting to get out, and just it's the longing of wanting to get out. And Lambert is in there.
Right. Well, also you have to take into consideration this is not what we know as prison. This is fucking super duper hidden underground supermax prison with robot surveillance and those weird. So, like, I think any sort of like, if you're gonna go into prison movies, you got to throw this out the window because it's a whole different fucking animal from that, bro.
In a way, but I think the social commentary was actually one of the best things about the writing in this movie, because it's like it is taking the idea of like a corporate private prison we have, and then taking it to logical evolution,
the extremes. This way of the extremes under the corporate thumb.
Right, of what prison already does, which is rob human beings of their freedom and their dignity and their bodily autonomy and all of their rights. It does that, but at the hands of a corporation or just a private company that owns and operates the prison and is actually exploiting them for profit, and yet spend money on robots, cyborgs, and AI to watch everyone and keep them in line, because 1984, it's just a boot stamp.
And this guy's artificial guy's fucking feeding machine and chair that he sits in.
Yeah. But exactly. Like, they want to use all the labor. They want to use the prisoners to do all this labor, and yet keep an eye on them as like this cyborg who's never left the room.
Yeah, that's also going back into Abraham Lincoln. He's like, he's here as long as I keep him here. He has his sentence is like 3 question marks. He's like, you don't have a here that he's going to be released.
Right. Well, and he realizes how much freedom, how much his freedom has actually been an illusion all his life when he loses it, and that is real. People, people do kind of take some freedom, but like you can lose various freedoms through like infractions of the law. Things you can even without being taken to prison, you can lose like your driver's license. You can lose. You can be put on a tether. All kinds of things that even before you end up in prison, the law has the leeway to do to restrict your life and your movement and your actions. So it's already kind of invasive, right? Let alone where they put you in prison. And so this is just like that invasiveness taken to the extreme where nothing is sacred. Even your dreams aren't sacred. They put a bomb in your guts and they can cause you pain whenever they want. They take your fucking babies. It's like it's the ultimate exploitation. And so I do think that was one of the best parts about the movie. One thing I also appreciated, you mentioned Abraham Lincoln. They didn't kill the black guy in the first. He had an honorable
not at first.
towards the end. And so I did appreciate that. It's very refreshing when the black guy is not even one of the first three to die. That's awesome. He was a cool character. I really liked Abraham. But yeah, he deserved better. And that's the thing is that so much authority had been granted to the director.
He was also one of the better actors in the movie.
Yeah, well, yeah. The guy in charge can literally do whatever he wants. He could pull one of the prisoners to live with him and because he wants it. He can grant pardons or not. He could he's like, he's been approved for parole, but I'm not going to let him go. And then he just makes a sweeping statement at one point about granting someone a pardon, and then the AI denies it. But it's control within control. That was kind of cool. The effects were really good.
The DBS, I gotta mute you for a second, okay?
But yeah, as far as like the pacing, it was too fast. It needed to slow down a bit and spread out. It needed to make room for the longing.
You need to slow down and spread out and make room for the longing.
No, yeah, but like prison is all longing and wanting something else, wanting to be somewhere else, and we didn't. There was no sense of the waiting. There was a fear, though. It was all about the fear and the control and the pain. So it was effective at communicating that.
I think you're very good, very much going way too in depth with this movie. Like seriously, I think if you had the fucking if you were in the pitch room and had enough cocaine in your system in 1991 or 1990, whenever they decided to pitch this movie before it came out, you would have had like four movies lined up with your enthusiasm talking about this movie. Because I don't even think the people who made this movie seem to be as in depth of what you're talking about right now. I'm just saying. I'm not being a dick about the people who made this movie. I'm just saying, like, nobody knows, like, barely anybody knows about this fucking movie, and you went that deep into talking about the.
It has the seeds of like a really.
That's why I love it.
Yeah. Well, but like it feels it's a feel bad movie and
no, not really. I wouldn't say feel bad because a bunch of people got killed, but he got his mission done, right? So they can have their baby. It's not a feel bad movie.
But dude, I got PTSD from watching what they went through. They're out, but like
feel bad movie of the summer.
Yeah, it's so grim, and right off the bat, like within the first 10 minutes, you're like, "This is fucked up."
You want to feel bad?
Yeah, and then they
watch this movie for
dude. It's so grim.
It's going to make you feel horrible.
Yeah. I feel horrible for the fact that all these people are even when they're making their escape, right? The intestinators, they've removed them and they blow up a hole in the vent so they can pop in and start making their way out. All the other drop to the
end
ground.
result though, am I right though saying the end result was what he got accomplished, or like I said, a bunch of people are dead, but his wife had the baby safe, right?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
that's what mattered.
She's
You
doing
know,
really
you
good.
know what? I agree with Darius. This movie definitely did have an identity crisis. I didn't know if it wanted to be a Lifetime movie on how to give birth safely to your child, or be a romance. It didn't know if it wanted to be an curricular sex activity movie in prison, or if it wanted to be an action film. This one absolutely didn't know what it wanted to be. In the end, it does kind of feel like a depression movie to a certain degree, with exploding gut missiles.
Oh my God, Tommy! You know what? You may realize it's also it's a movie about Roe v. Wade.
Yeah. It's a my body, my choice movie, right? Except in the
Yeah.
other
Both ways. No, but literally and also allegorically through the prisoners. Yeah, they are violated, but also then her choice is violated as well. Yeah, whether having the baby or not having the baby, both options are taken away according to what he tells her. You can't have the baby, you cannot have the baby. So it's like a lose lose. Yeah, it's a very grim world that it takes place in, and like the world doesn't actually change at the end. They just survive. And so even the good ending where they make it out, it's like, there's, I tell you what, when he thought for like 2 seconds that his wife and child had been blown up and were dead, and he's like mourning, I almost like felt relieved.
Mourning? You mean that pathetic
Yeah.
fake crying face he put on? Yeah, that was mourning.
But I almost felt relieved that like their suffering was over, and that his and that he didn't like have to worry about them anymore. He'll just be a lonely old man with PTSD now. But then
I don't know, Darius. This is the gut reaction I got from him when he thought they were dead. Okay, so everything that they pretty much led up to in this film is pretty much like dealing with people on Twitter. And at the end, I feel like he had just lost his Twitter account, and he was really upset that he had to create a new one.
I have to start over
Wait,
again.
Darius, before you keep going fucking film student on this movie, do you have a score?
Yeah, no, 6. There's good stuff, but it made me feel bad. It made me so uncomfortable. It was very good at that, but it wasn't a popcorn movie for me because I think I would have lost my appetite. But like if you like movies, some people love movies that make them feel bad, and if you do, that's great. But I just I think I'd have to work my way up to ever watching it again, because of just like it was kind of painful to watch the just the grim nature of the world and the pain that they go.
It's not Requiem for a Dream. It's not really that bad.
What are we gonna do now? Anastasia.
I'm just saying, like after that prison rape scene, nobody washed their hands in that son of a bitch.
Oh my God! And that was one
And
of
they
the
were on a construction site too.
Yeah,
I'm not saying anybody's washing hands.
Yeah.
Or being sanitary. It was rape.
Yeah. Go ahead, Nate. What'd you think about this?
I love this movie. Thank you so much for introducing it to me. I put it up there with They Live, Warriors, Logan's Run, because I like dystopian, futuristic movies like this.
Are you gonna watch Rear Entry?
I might, just to see how bad it is. And it's re-entry, not rear entry.
That's what I said.
That's an important distinction.
What I said.
I love the writing. The only thing I didn't like was Lambert's acting. Everybody else I thought was good.
What are you talking about?
I thought
slander.
I loved how the story was based around the idea of depopulation and limited children. That's something that I think is coming down the pike. I also loved how authoritarian they were, and how they were just like, it's our way or the highway, or we'll kill you. We don't care, because that's really how it would be. And then thinking about how the what's his face? The guy from that 70s show.
Hurwitz.
The
Poe.
warden.
Warden
So like
Poe.
the more that you learn about the warden, the more his actions make sense. Like for example, when he could have let Lambert and 187 die on that bridge, and then he stopped it at the last second. And that it makes sense now that you know that he's never left his area. Like he's like, huh, this is intriguing. And that's why I think he wanted his wife, is because he's like, this man would go through all of this for you. That's intriguing to me. That's odd, because I have no experience outside of my area as to why someone would sacrifice their life to have a child. It just is illogical to me. So I got it on that level. And then with the whole 4-month coma thing, that's I was in a 21-day coma, so I related to that. Like you
Okay.
wake up and you were
Yeah.
there, and then people are like, "Oh, well, you were out for so long." He's like, "Really? I was out for that long?" Like, yeah. It's like, oh, well, it's like, well, screw this. Let's get the F out of here. Because honestly, and this is something that you would probably only experience if you had a near-death experience. Is like you get like this adrenaline rush of, I want to do as much as I can immediately. And so that makes sense as far as why they tried to get out immediately. Like I get that part. What like I get the general idea that you guys are saying that like the pacing's wrong, but it's not a TV show. It's not Prison Break.
Yeah.
They're not
Yeah.
they're not going to sit there in their cell and do nothing for or put a thing like 90 days later, 45 days later. That's dumb. That's unnecessary. You don't have to do that. They're in prison. You know they're in prison. What are they? What else are you going to show that they're in prison? He was on that gravitron thing that it showed that his time was like it's being stretched out by him having his mind erased. So I mean, it's not a masterpiece, obviously, but I really like it. I like it a lot.
Well, the 4-month thing I was talking about, for like from when he was a vegetable compared to when he woke up. They
Yeah,
were like, you were out for 4 months. But they
Yeah.
also had, I understand why they had to do that. It was to move forward her pregnancy and see how she was closer to having the baby.
and
So
what are
they
they
had
going
to
to show
do that.
them throwing rocks while he's in his thing? It's
Yeah,
about him. So you zip ahead for something like that. Like I like the weapon. I love the practical effects. The gore was good. Like that dog attack scene at the beginning of the movie where the dog was like ripping his leg to shreds. That was the most brutal like animal attack I've seen in film.
yeah, it was good.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
and I want to add something right to that. There actually is a way they can actually convey the time that was lost for Christopher Lambert in that scene. So you know how they're zooming in on him and you see him drooling.
yes.
So instead of just zooming in to see him drooling in that scene, why didn't they just have like fast forward behind it, making it look like people moving around, like talking to him real quick? They could have done that in less than a few seconds,
Or,
like maybe 10 seconds, and it could have made look like a huge passage of time really quick. It could have been a very quick, easy scene to make that passage of time more apparent to the viewer.
You know what
No,
else they could have did? You
that
know what
could've
else
worked,
they could have
yeah.
did? What else they could have did was like, all right, while they blanket on his face where he's all fucked up from the mind wipe machine, right? Like they do like a shot where they go and like it pans into his eyes, and then like you see in his brain, it's him as a kid in the well, like she pulled him out of. You know what I'm saying? Like we see just how fucked up he is and how he has to be pulled out of it. I think that thing with the kid in the well, I think they could have used that earlier.
But when they used it, it's one of those things that you just criticize Darius about for being like too deep in it. That was like it to
I'm
me. It
saying
seemed
if
like
they
a
wanted to
metaphor
get
that
as deep as you film school guys are getting into it.
I'm not a film school guy,
Nah, I'm kidding, bro.
but it to me it seemed obvious that like he's stuck in a hole and she was pulling him out of it. and then she pulled him out of it, and he was out of that mind erasure thing. But no, I give
What's your
this.
score? What's your score for?
Yeah, no, I give this 10 dystopian authoritarian futures out of 10.
Out of 10?
Yes.
Oh,
I
damn.
would recommend. Like I told you, Warriors and they live. Those are huge movies to me, and I put that on the same level.
So you found a new classic.
Yes, thank you. I'm very happy.
Cool. The DBS, you said you saw this, the end of
Yeah,
this.
I remember the semi truck going through the wall to escape. I was like, that's very anticlimactic. You know, just that's like Big Trouble in Little China. They use a semi truck, put it in reverse just to break through to escape. Like, whatever. But I have a question. Did this movie come out after RoboCop?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, these guys they wanted to just put out something to cash in on RoboCop. Like, hey, this futuristic, this fucked up future
Well, you could
movie
also
makes money,
say
so let's put this other shitty movie out. But
I would also like say like the prison. It looked a bit Total Recall-ish. It kind of reminded me of the Mars City in Total Recall,
mhm.
where they had the future prison. I think this movie was probably ripped off a lot of movies. Like we have this idea from this idea from that.
And so I give it a
Sorry,
6.
sorry, man.
I give it a 6. There's not enough nudity in it because before the woke movie, before the dark times, before this was a time that there wasn't any woke movies where you could show some shit, some real good stuff. But the killing was good. It was entertaining. The way people died, it was fun to watch, but not enough nudity. And Christopher Lambert does suck. So yeah, no answer. That's it. 6.
I got you, man.
Oh, and by the way, I'm driving, but never mind me.
No, don't say you're driving.
As long as you're not drunk driving.
Yeah.
Watching this movie and driving is probably worse than drug driving.
I'll tell you, I will say this though. This movie actually makes me appreciate the one with Ray Liotta a little bit more.
Oh, fucking No Escape.
Yeah, because I wasn't overly fond of that one either.
Oh, also, I want to add that it's not the movie's not believable because there wasn't enough blacks and enough brown people in it in prison.
I want to say that's messed up. It's
The majority of the prisoners are white.
There's
Okay.
also like 40 floors.
Our prison would be different if we had one at all, if we weren't genocided, mostly.
the timeline.
Yes.
In 2017, you guys got genocided.
Hey, it's like the Flintstones. Hey, it's like the Flintstones or the Jetsons. There are no black people in the Flintstones. There's no black people in the Jetsons. None in the past, none in the future. They get rid of us at some point.
So once they get rid of all the darkies, then they have to turn on each other. That makes sense. Okay, I go with that theory there, Nate.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. People will fight over anything. It's not just skin color. They'll always fight over.
It's always about skin color.
All right, now it's getting a little out of hand. I'm gonna end the stream.
What was your rating?
I give this a 7. I give it a 7.
You give it a number.
I've been giving them numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I stopped giving I was giving them thumb sideways up the ass. So, No, I liked it. It does have like the creepy tones of what could happen. It's just like I was saying before, slapping a year number on it takes a bit away from it. But I liked it. But I'm. You guys mind if I skip outros? Cause I'm almost running it.
No, I don't mind at all.
Let's
Yeah, that's
go.
fine.
Watch Tommy.
Let's hit the road. Hey, thanks everybody for coming.
Yeah,
I hope that you had a good time.
Thank you guys for hanging out. And
Peace out, everybody.
I don't know what movie I'm going to be doing next week, but I'll be doing a movie next week.
We're going to pick something at random. We're going to use the randomizer.
And again, thanks for having me on.
The Tubeizer.
Later, folks.
See ya.